Hey everybody, I'm Tiffany Bucciarelli from Philly Health Watch, where the best way is the healthy way. The owner of Philadelphia Runner, Bryan Mahon, is here to show us a minimalist shoe and tips to keep us warm while we're running outdoors this time of year. So Bryan, first of all, I love your store.
Thank you.
You guys have some great things, and I love how personable you are with your clients.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Definitely a fan.
Thanks.
So tell us about these minimalist shoes. What do you have here? You got a variety.
Yeah, well, minimalist shoes now is kind of the hot topic in running stores and running in general these days. And it's kind of transforming kind of the running industry, and especially the running shop industry. It's doing a number on it for sure. It's kind of changing the way the styles across all running shoes are.
They look cool.
Yeah,
they look cool.
And they're different. So it's, there's different extremes in the whole minimal. You have, with the most extreme would be something, what they call the 5-finger shoes, which is actually a shoe with kind of cutouts for your toes.
Right.
So the whole idea is to kind of be low to the ground and kind of simulate barefoot running.
Okay.
So kind of you're able to move your toes a little bit more, kind of work the muscles of your feet more.
My husband's a big runner, so I've seen him talk about these before, the toes, but also some of them just have a really light sole on them. So maybe tell us the difference between with the toes and then with the light sole.
Yeah. So again, so one end of the spectrum in the minimal, as far as the minimal running shoes go, you have basically no cushioning, and this is a shoe by Vibram, which is called the 5-finger shoe. Basically, there is no cushioning to it. There's a little bit of rubber protection. The toes cut out for dexterity and for strengthening your feet. And then, for example, you go up to a shoe from like this one from Puma, which is it's a little bit lower to the ground than traditional running shoes. So, traditional running shoes anywhere from, 24 millimeters in back to maybe 12 millimeters up front. Okay. Well, what these shoes are kind of doing to the industry, they're kind of bringing everything down lower to the ground. So, and being flatter across. So the drop from the heel to the toe is kind of, that ratio is going down. So what used to be like a 2-to-1 ratio is now kind of going closer to 1-to-1 or 1.5-to-1. So there are shoes out there that are still considered minimal, but without kind of the separation of the toe, so it doesn't look so crazy,
Thanks for bringing the pink for me today.
That was especially for you. I knew you would like that.
Well, it's starting to get a little chillier out there, so tell us what are some things that we can do to keep us a little bit more warm while running outside in the cold?
Well, yeah, as far as, let's talk about socks, for example. With socks, it is getting cold out there. You want to keep your feet warm. A lot of the, running shoes are designed to be breathable, so that your feet don't sweat. So running shoes have a lot of mesh on top, You never really see an all-leather running shoe because your feet would be hot as heck, and you'd be sweating a lot, and that can lead to blistering. So the dilemma becomes, especially in the Northeast, how do you keep your feet warm without, getting and blistering and stuff like that? Especially with running shoes that are all mesh. So there are different socks, So running socks in general are always going to be like non-cotton based. Cotton is aquaphilic, it's called, which holds moisture. So anytime you have a fabric against your skin that holds moisture, that gets you chilly. So just socks in general, like all the socks we carry in our store are all microfiber synthetic. So it pulls moisture off your skin, keeps you dry. So that in itself is going to keep you warm. So then there are now cool things taking it one step further than synthetic fabrics. You take a brand like Mizuno here, they have this really neat technology. So this sock's completely synthetic. And what it does is, that's one thing, but it also has this material in it that reacts to moisture. It actually heats up with moisture. It's pretty wild, but so
instead of putting like the heat little packs that we used to do when I used to ski,
I know,
like downhill
which can get uncomfortable.
It can.
With running, there's so much pounding going on and friction and movement. You don't want that in your sock. So this fabric actually reacts to moisture, heats up. You barely notice it because it's freezing out, but you'll notice that your feet just aren't cold. So that's really cool. A lot of other socks are starting to use wool, and some of the properties of wool are really mind-blowing as far as what advantages they have. Wool is one of the best wicking materials out there. It's both good in really hot conditions and really cool conditions. So you'll see a lot of wool, which is another great fabric other than cotton to help keep your feet warm. A lot of people that still want to run in, let's say, half tights or capris or shorts, but want some coverage and warmth in terms of a sock, can go with like a knee-high sock.
Oh,
They're
so
getting
it goes
real
to the
popular.
knee.
Yeah, and so that's something that'll actually kind of come up to your
Nice
knee.
and fashionable there.
Yeah, and you know, you can work your pink in as well there.
That's great. And lastly, what do we have here? This looks like a great Christmas present under somebody's tree this year.
Yeah, so this is a really interesting, unique product just hitting the market that love to talk about. Well, compression's also a new hot thing in running. You know, you have minimal and you have compression. They're really kind of, again, changing the apparel industry, changing you know, the performance industry, and so this is kind of like this interesting product. It's 3-in-1. So it's compression, and it has also an ice therapy component, and yeah, it's really neat, and a heat therapy component, or just in the winter again, something that you can still warm up.
Okay.
So it's a compression that actually has another sleeve on the outside of it, and it comes with these little ice packs that you fill up with water. It takes a couple minutes. It has the same technology that like diapers use. So it holds moisture but doesn't let it go. These little packs that you put in, yeah, so then you freeze that. And for example, this bag is unbelievable. It's a thermal bag. So let's say you're doing a race a couple hours away, or you're doing a training run outside, far away. This bag will keep the ice frozen for up to 6 hours.
Wow. So it's going to help us recover after.
So after race, the ice is great. Before, those same sheets you can put in the microwave, and it'll heat up, and so you can pop them in before a run or workout. Before you go out the door, take them out, and then you're warm.
Sounds like a little at-home spa treatment.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, this is really.
Thank you, Bryan, for all of this information. And to get more information about Philadelphia Runner and how you can get some information on the minimalist shoe and some great socks, or just to find their location to get this great education, you can go to phillyhealthwatch.com. We'll have all their information right on our homepage and how you can get to them. I'm Tiffany Bucciarelli, and I'll see you guys next time.